Hi, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome back to Col U TV for another midweek show. We have plenty of stuff coming your way in the next 20 minutes or so. We're kicking off the show with the highlights from the U's trip as we went up to Doncaster on a cold Tuesday night. Matty Etherington's men and all the fans making the 3-hour trip up north. Let's remind ourselves what happened and we'll hear from Matty and the dressing room straight away afterwards.
Matty, a disappointing defeat, but was that another game that you felt got away from us a bit in the second half? A game that could have been something there for us?
Yeah, we went in at half time in a positive frame of mind. Reacted to them going one in front really well. Finished the first half stronger of the two teams, created chances. Yeah, and we just needed to carry on that momentum really. We didn't get going second half, that's the bottom line. I don't think we used the ball well enough. Again, another goal from set play, which is disappointing, or 2 goals from set plays. So yeah, elements of the game where we're kind of not gifted to them game. They deserved to win it in the end, I thought, and after the second half. But it's things we need to be better at, put it that way.
And both of them are in very important areas of the pitch, are 2 penalty boxes, which forever football is all about.
It is, yeah. And yeah, the first 2 goals are really disappointing to concede in the way we conceded them. The penalty, I've not seen it back yet. The referee's really eager to blow his whistle. And yeah, apart from that, if they created they've had a couple of shots from outside the box. But when you're conceding goals and gifting goals from set plays, it makes you work even harder really in terms of trying to get a result from the game. So yeah, really disappointing with that second half performance. But there's some tired legs out there, to be fair. We've had a lot of games lately. And the boys kept going, I'll give them that, but I just thought the quality on the ball could have been better.
Yeah, and also you had to change things as well in the second half when Doncaster started to get in the wide areas and started getting a lot of joy from there.
Yeah, we felt like that was the right thing to do. When we were good on the ball, we caused them a problem with the shape that we played. But when we were allowing them to switch play and get their opposite wing backs out, it was causing us a bit of an issue. So yeah, we changed it, and kind of a long game there. It kind of evened itself out a little bit. But then we go and concede the second goal from the set play where they've worked it in the second phase.
Yeah, and you made 3 changes for the game from Saturday today, and Che Cooper, Fika Keller and Tom Hopper felt they all did what you wanted to do in stages of the game?
Yeah, they did. Thought Che was lively, had moments. what Hops was Hops. You know, doesn't stop working. Gives you a different outlet in terms of aerially. And Kells was really good, I thought. So they're positives, definitely. And there's been a lot of games lately, so it was just about freshening it up as much as we could, and helping the team.
Relentless last couple of weeks. Well, the week now without a game, although we of course want to be in the FA Cup, but we can't be.
Yeah.
You know, does that help the side out a little bit?
Probably does. Obviously, we'd like to be in the FA Cup, of course, but yeah, it gives the chance for a few of the lads that have had a lot of minutes recently to rest for that initial period, and then we'll get to work back end of the week and looking ahead to West Ham on Tuesday.
Brilliant, thanks. Bittersweet evening for you, Fikra. Can you separate the joy that you probably feel about being back in the starting lineup with the disappointment of the defeat?
Not really. No, it's hard. It's not a nice way to lose. It's hard. It's a bit bittersweet, really. Yeah, just the manner in which we lost just wasn't acceptable, really, and it's something that's happened the last few weeks, and we really need to address it, I suppose.
Yeah, and does it make it even harder the fact that before these last few games you went 3 wins in a row, looking for we were 30 seconds away from a 4th win in a row, so it's hard to put your finger on exactly why it's happened in quick succession. Yeah,
exactly that. We've obviously lost Hawley, who's a big player in that aspect in terms of defending set pieces. But I think it's just been individual errors at the minute. It's just costing us a little bit. And look, that happens in football, but at the minute it just feels like we're one too many a game at the minute. So, yeah, whether that's down to concentration or whatever, I'm not too sure, but we just need to address it, really.
And it must have been quite frustrating as well, because at half-time we very much looked like we were back in the game and could have even gone ahead. Could have gone in at half-time ahead.
Yeah, we said in there, like, we didn't really want half-time to come. We were in the ascendancy. Everything was going the right direction for us. And then again, just didn't start the half right, and allowed them back into the game, really, when we had the momentum, really. So yeah, it's tough at the minute.
Yeah, and for you personally, you'll be one player that probably feels that you don't want a week till the next game. You want the next game to be the weekend, but unfortunately that's not going to come with us being out of the cup. Yeah,
that's unfortunate, but at the same time, the week will do us good to address these problems we're having off set pieces. So I'm sure the gaffer will have us working on that, and yeah, we just need to address that. So the week will do us good in that aspect, I think.
And from the players' point of view, in the change room and everything, it's making sure we keep that belief in that we have got the quality there to go out and win games, because we've proved it in other games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at times we rip teams apart, really, don't we, with some really good play. It's just the ugly side. We have to get a little bit smarter at the minute. And yeah, we have a lot of young players in there who are still learning their crafts, so they need time as well. But yeah, this week now, hopefully we can just, people can take lessons from these last few losses, and we just need to make sure they're not reoccurring problems, and that they address it.
Thanks.
The action and reaction from last night's game. Moving on to the under-21s, who are facing QPR in a professional development league clash on Monday afternoon. The youngsters were aiming for their 3rd consecutive victory when league leaders came to town. John Akindi also made his return following an injury and played 45 minutes, scoring a goal. Here are the full highlights, as well as Liam Bailey's thoughts after the game.
Kenny! Get the ball!
Liam, a 6-3 defeat to QPR, but plenty of positives to take from the game.
Yeah, there was some positives. Disappointing overall to be 2-0 up and then to lose a game that we were fully in control in. But yeah, in terms of individual performances, I thought Carl Bennett was good, and it was good to have John back getting some minutes and getting his goal. But yeah, disappointing overall.
A couple of moments in the game where the combination play was quite good, especially with Matt Yates playing Can Bennett and John Akinde up front. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I thought that was good. That was something we worked on a lot yesterday in training in the build-up. So it was pleasing to see some of those parts come out. But just the defensive side in the box let us down.
What do you think you need to improve on defensively in order to stop conceding goals?
Yeah, so we had a chat tactically at half-time, just how we could deal with QPR's different movements, which I thought we got completely wrong at the start of the game. But when we changed shape to the 3-5-2, it was a lot better. It allowed us to be a lot more aggressive up the pitch. So yeah, that tactical change did help, but the lads have got to have a better understanding of the messages given at half-time earlier on in the second half.
And as you mentioned, John Akinde back as well, getting his name on the score sheet. What did you make of his performance today?
Yeah, it was good. So the remit was he gets through 45 minutes and he came through that well. Took his goal really well, led the line as he does and as John does. But yeah, it was pleasing to have him back.
It's good to see that, you know, playing for the under-21 sort of prepares the players who are coming back from injury. Have you managed to speak to John? How is he feeling?
Yeah, come through absolutely fine. So yeah, that's a big part of us as the under-21s to support first team players coming back from injury or those that minutes. But yeah, he got through the 45 minutes unscathed, so that's positive for the first team.
And just moving forwards, what will you be working on at the training ground in the next few weeks or so?
Yeah, quick recovery. We've got Swansea away on Friday, so we'll get the boys in tomorrow, get them recovered well so we can hit the ground running Wednesday, Thursday and prepare for the game on Swansea.
Good to see John back on the pitch and scoring a goal despite the loss. There were plenty of positives to take, as Liam pointed out. And it's time to move on to the next game, which comes on Friday when the youngsters travel to Swansea. We're sticking with the under-21s for now, and as part of our feature series about the youngsters, we recently caught up with Bayan Aman. The midfielder has been with you since he was just 14, and he was happy to share his story, and this is what he had to say.
So we're here with Bayan Aman chatting about his footballing career so far. Bayan, if you wouldn't mind telling us, how did you get into football first?
Yeah, so I started playing in my primary school. You know, playing at lunch and break with my friends, and then my PE teacher suggested that I should join a club and start taking it more seriously. So I joined my local club called Vista, and I started playing grassroots football. I've done a lot of futsal as well, and I feel like the futsal's helped me in my football now today. So yeah, and I was playing grassroots from I'd say 8 years old all the way to 13, 14. Then I joined Colchester at under 14s, and yeah, I've been here ever since.
What do you remember about joining Colchester? What did it feel like signing for Colchester's academy?
Yeah, I loved it, but it was quite far from my house. But yeah, I loved coming up and training, and it was my first taste of like academy football, so I really loved it.
And then signing your first professional contract with the club, what did that feel like for you?
Yeah, it's good. It was good for me and my family, and yeah, hopefully we can get another one.
And also, when did it sort of click in for you when you realised that you could actually become a professional footballer?
I'd probably say playing cage football in my local cage, like. That's probably when I realised that I'm quite better than some of the other kids, and yeah, probably say that.
And is that something you've always wanted to do? Have you had your sights on anything else, or was it always football and that's the end of the story?
Yeah, I'd say it was just football from young. I wouldn't say I'm really good at anything else, so I was just playing football every day.
And in terms of your future aspirations with Colchester and further on in the future, what are you planning on achieving with this club, for example?
Yeah, I'm hoping to play some first team minutes, whether it's to go out on loan first or to come and play for the first team. So yeah, playing first team.
And in order for that to happen, in order for you to get your place in the first team, what do you think you need to work on in the meantime? What do you think you need to improve to get that opportunity?
Yeah, I'd say the players in my position, I think I have to be either better than them. I feel like I can work on some technical parts, but also I'd say being different to some of the midfielders in the first team. And I feel like if I'm different or better, then hopefully the gaffer can see that and I can play some minutes.
And if someone asks you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, what would your answer be?
I'd be saying playing football, men's football. I'd probably say entering some of the best time of my career and just playing week in, week out. That's what I say.
Great to hear from Bayan there, and hopefully he keeps progressing and one day gets his chance to feature in the first team at some point in the future. So the first team don't have a game this Saturday, first time in quite a while due to the FA Cup second round action. But you can head down to Malden to watch the under-18s in action against Swansea City. That's on Saturday morning in the Professional Development League. The youngsters will be hoping for a second consecutive victory, having beaten Luton Town in a PDL Cup last Saturday. We caught up with the under-18s lead coach, Elliot Ward, to preview the clash, and this is what he had to say.
So, Elliot, attention switches back to the Professional Development League when you face Swansea City at Malden and Tiptree on Saturday. What are your feelings ahead of the game?
Yeah, it should be a good one. I think the games we've come up against Swansea last year were well, the first one at Malden was 5-5, so it was really exciting. Hell of a game for the neutral. So, yeah, I think they'll come with their own style, try and play and affect us in possession. So, hopefully it's a good footballing game for everyone to watch.
And of course you're looking for your second consecutive victory now, having beaten Luton Town in the PDL Cup. Does that change anything in terms of preparations? Are the boys feeling a bit more confident ahead of the game?
I think it definitely helps when they win because it gives them a boost. I think the way that we tried to play against Luton, especially first half, was really good against their shape. So I think they executed that bit. But the best bit for me is they competed the whole game and they were delighted to win just from that side of it. I think they really battled to the end. And then every game's different in terms of style and what you're up against and shapes and stuff. So I expect it to be different. I think the squad could be different again. So I think that's the bit that we're going to have to get used to within the group is the team or the squad might not be the same week to week or game to game. With obviously how many fixtures we've got. So yeah, we'll see where we're at.
And as you say, a different game, but will you be expecting the same sort of desire and effort to win the game from them as you saw actually against Luton under-18s?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the minimum of what we should be producing every game, and which is difficult to do because the games are never identical or very similar with outcomes. You know, got to be aware that there's an opposition that wants to affect you and beat you and will do anything for that. So we have to bring that level. I think that's the challenging bit for any 18s group, any young group, is that consistent baseline that you try and hit. I think once you go below it, that's not acceptable for them as players and as a group. But the minimum is that from now on. I think it's just how often we do it.
And of course, the first team will be off. They will not be playing on Saturday, and under 18s are the only Colchester team that will be playing on that weekend.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from the fans, from the supporters, and what would your message to them be for those who are planning on attending the game?
Yeah, get yourself down. I think wrap up warm is the first bit, and make sure you're ready to come and support the young boys. I think historically there's a lot of goals in these games. We went to their ground and beat them 4-0, so within that there's 14 goals within 2 games. Me saying that now, it'd probably be 0-0, so which I'd take. But no, we're going to really attack the game. It's been a good week for us, and I think that we want to climb the ladder in the league, so it's going to be important that everyone's behind the boys.
Good to hear from Elliot there, and you can pop down and watch the under-18s at Maldon Saturday morning. Kick-off is at 10:30. Tickets are available on the gate. The prices are £5 for adults, £3 for concessions. Lastly, Colchester United are pleased to announce that Cell Nutrition Sport will be the club's official hydration partner. The new partnership will see Colchester United players supplied with the latest Hydrate 78 and Hydrate 78 night solutions, which make up part of the Cell Nutrition Sports cellular fitness protocol. Both solutions work on a cellular level, delivering much different and unique benefits, such as fast and complete recovery, sustained focus, prolonged stamina, and enhanced brain hydration. Colchester United are one of a number of clubs to partner with Cell Nutrition Sport as part of the Biosport brand's wider campaign, From the Shoulders Up, which highlights the importance of hydration in mitigating brain injuries within professional and recreational sport. Here are some more details.
I think it's a good step for our support from a nutrition point of view. I've used the products before with my previous role and saw massive benefits from a hydration point of view and also from a recovery point of view, which ultimately led to performance benefits and ultimately lads staying on the pitch for longer and reducing injuries. The boys have the products daily, prior to training and also post-training. The products also, there's a night product which we give out to the lads, which they can take an hour before bed. And from a subjective point of view, lads are saying they're sleeping a bit more deeply for prolonged periods. So from that point of view, yeah, during the week we use it, but also on match days we use it. This season we're seeing quite high temperatures for the time of year, and a couple of the fixtures like Tranmere at home, which were incredibly hot for the time. We used it. We had a supplement sort of program in place to kind of eliminate the negatives from the heat, and ultimately we saw quite a good result from that fixture. I think it played a part. Keeping the lads cool, hydrated, is massive.
Good to hear from another part of Colchester United, and that's the sports scientist, George, speaking about the importance of hydration, not just in professional sport, recreational sport, but in general day-to-day living. That's about it for today's show. You may have seen that our next round of the Bristol Street Motors EFL Trophy game is against West Ham under-21s. The game will be here next Tuesday at the JobServe Community Stadium, the 5th of December. It's a 7:30 kickoff. Tickets are available on the website, £10 for adults and £8 concessions. That's about it from me. Have a great week and weekend, whatever you're up to. I'll see you back here for a pre-match show ahead of the West Ham game. But until then, it's goodbye for now.